What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome back to cybersecureyou right here on onestream.tv. And before I get started, I'm just going to go ahead and give props to everybody because I get to rambling and I forget. So I want to thank onestream.tv. I want to thank my girl Neff, who helps me produce and sends me content and check out her stuff at GGC, Gangsta Girl Chronicles. She has a few of my shows up as well. I'm truly feeling blessed today because a lot of things that I've literally spent years working on are starting to come to fruition. So persistence pays, right? Persistence and consistency. So anyways, I'm your girl, Val Forensic Gal. Check it out. Man, look, you guys, look. Let me do this first. I'm going to put my phone on mute before I forget. So today's show, we're talking about Chat GPT. And I've discussed AIs, I've discussed TikTok and the data. We've gone through a lot, right? But we owe it. You know what? Did I thank you, Michael? Oh, no. And Michael, because Michael's like literally the co-host. I want to thank my co-host, Michael, because he literally is like the co-host for real. So anyways, you didn't get your mic either. You should get your mic, really, because this is a serious topic. Okay, let me break it down. I'm gonna be on Tuesday. I'm gonna be on the Corner Store podcast. Yay! Right, girls getting out there. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, look at life. So, I'm going to be on a Corner Store podcast hosted by OMD DEX 300. That's a hell of a name, right? AKA Doc Savage, the man of bronze. You see how I had to read that because there's no way I'm going to remember all that. But anyways, Dexter Davis, a guy, Marcus, that I met here at the studio, has taken it upon himself to just promote me. And he literally was very impressed with what I did and how I do what I do. And so he's been sharing the information. So shout out to you, Marcus, Mr. Slim, and introducing me to Dexter. And I'm going to be on a show on Tuesday. So it'll air live on the Corner Store podcast. You can find that on YouTube. I believe we start at 8 p.m. I believe it's 8 p.m. I don't know. I got to double check that. But, take a look at his information on YouTube. And you'll be able to see when it starts. So, again, Corner Store Podcast. I'll be on there Tuesday. So, all right, into the topic, right? Michael, you sure I can't turn this fan on?
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm over here hot. There's no way. I can't have my wine and do the show. And all right, here we go. So, Chat GPT. Let me tell you guys why I'm talking about this today. So, I'm writing a book, right? A real quick tip book. I've already written the book, actually. And, I've been hearing from people, oh, look, Val, I was able to complete my entire book using Chat GPT, cover to cover. And so someone I know was like, Val, I completed 200 pages. I did it did the cover for the book, and it did the 200 pages and everything, So I was like, well, okay, I can try it too. Why not? Let me jump on board. Let me try and do this. And let me get on the bandwagon because it'll make my life easier. Then I won't have to think so much. I just ask it to do something and it does it, right? Well, that's not what happened for me. It was literally drama. Now, could it be the hacking? I don't think so because she literally was responding to me in a human, like with human undertones. As if she was human, like there was a human behind the scenes. And we all know that a human creates the Chat GPT. And let me, matter of fact, let me back up for you guys who may not even truly understand what this Chat GPT is. So,
Chat EBT.
Oh, you said EBT. So, and it's funny because I said, well, Michael, today's show is called Chat GPT. And he's like, oh, is it Chat EBT? And I was like, no, silly. But at the same time, I had to think about what he said. Like, wait a minute. Because EBT is government assistance, right? For food and sometimes cash. And so is the Chat GPT. So was it a mistake that they named it that way? Now that I think about it, it's very similar. Chat GPT and then EBT.
Yeah, government assistance for intelligence.
Yeah, government assistance for intelligence. Something's going on there. So when it comes to Chat GPT, it's basically, and I wanted to see if I could find the definition of how they explain how what is it used for, but it says use the power of AI to find answers from the web, create written content, and more. Okay, that's just a brief summary. So you ask it to do something like, hey, I'm writing a paper on organizational crime, right? Please find information on aspects of organizational crime, and it's supposed to give you back some information on that. It'll give you definition, it'll give you resources, all of that. Okay, I've heard people say that they've, coming from a psychology background, we have to cite and reference who we use in our work, and based on articles that we've read. And it will source all that information for you. I really do wish this was around when I was in grad school, let me tell you. But, you know, maybe I could have used it. Maybe I could have gotten away with it, honestly. Anyways, that's what it does. So I went and I said, let me go on and use there's two versions that people are really using right now. There's this Chat GPT. And then there's the next one, which is the Bing AI chat. That's the next picture, Michael. Do you see that one? The Bing, yeah, this one. So there's Bing and there's the Chat GPT. And Bing is the one that was developed by Microsoft. Okay, so I heard Microsoft is the best way to go. Val, don't use Chat GPT, use the Bing chat AI. I said, okay, I'll use that. And so I created my account. I went on and I said, okay, Mr. Chat or Mrs. Chat, I'd like to create a book cover for cybersecureyou. So she comes back and she's like, and it was a female speaking to me. And I guess that's because I have my voices in the iPad set to a female voice. I think if I had it set to a male voice, it would have been a male speaking back to me. But I had it set to a female voice. So I think that's why I got a female voice. So just bear that in mind. Nevertheless, I wanted to create this book cover, and that's what I told her. And she goes, okay, I'll create the book cover. Is that the next slide? Because I literally have the dictation from her. See, okay, I'll create a book cover. It's my bun. Anyway, I'll create a book cover titled cybersecureyou. Do you have any preferences for the design? And I was just like, create the cover title, cybersecureyou. I'm sorry, but I prefer, this is her talking back to me. I'm sorry, but I prefer not to continue this conversation. I'm still learning, so I appreciate your understanding and patience. Bitch, what? Like literally that, when I tell you, that threw me off. And this is her telling me this after several of attempts of her trying for me to try to get this woman to create a book cover that says cybersecureyou. So Michael, if you go to the next slide, it'll show when I asked her to create the book cover, cybersecureyou, this is what she spewed back out for me. I said, cybersecureyou by Val Forensic Gal. Wrote it out because when I said it, it wasn't working. She wasn't getting it. So when I wrote it out, this is what she gave me back. She gave me these right here. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. But she gave me these. And what is this? So I had to actually, after receiving that so many times, I had to go into, I went into Google to try to find out what language is this? What is she, why doesn't she just tell me, why doesn't she just give me what I'm asking for? Okay, apparently she's so brilliant. She moves faster than human. She's like Superman in this bitch, right? She's a superhero. She's came to save our lives from all the things that we apparently need help with, right? So this is what she gave me. And I went and looked this up, and it's in French. So I was like, well, damn. Do I have my language settings off? Is my location off? You know, and I had my producer on the phone with me, Neff, and we're like, you know, she's telling me what she thinks, and I'm telling her, no, girl. And she's like, well, just enlarge the screen. Maybe you're missing something. I'm like, girl, I know how to use a computer. And we going back and forth, trying to figure out why the hell this thing is spewing out information in French and not what I said. So I said, well, maybe I need to be more specific with this chick. Okay, and I called her chick. You see what I'm saying? See how I put that human element to something that's not human? Because she sounds human, and she's writing like she's human, the way she spoke to me, honestly. So I go and I said, okay, let me let her know, look, can you at least write cybersecureyou, the title for the book, in English? She comes back and she tells me, well, look, it's already in English. It's already in English. And I'm like, but no, it's not in English. Yeah, it's not in English. So what is it? And so then finally, the next slide, Michael, did I put it up there? She like locks me out. She kicks me off. She's like, you know what? I had enough with you. You're being complicated. So now then all of a sudden now I'm still signed in when I get this message telling me, which way am I going? I get this message here telling me, please sign in to create images. This is how she decided she wanted to deal with me. Look at that. She tells me to sign in, and I'm already signed in. As you can see, the 20 or whatever, I didn't put all of it on there, but I'm signed in. So how do I need to sign in? But that's her telling me, or this thing, telling me it doesn't want to deal with me anymore. So it was blowing my mind. And it was my homegirl that was like, Val, wait a minute, girl, you're more intelligent than this damn thing. Don't let this thing get you worked up. Don't let this thing trip you out. You can do what you're asking this AI, this chat bot to do, you can do on your own. And how about, she's like, you're smarter than that. And how about, what's so weird about the situation is I know I'm smart. I know I'm intelligent, but I'm hearing because I have put so much inference and so much energy into getting this thing to do what I wanted to do, I lost sight of the fact that I could do it my own damn self. I don't need this to do what I asked it to do. And what I ended up doing after I was like, oh yeah, I could do this shit myself. I don't need no what. So I ended up going on to Google Docs, opening up PowerPoint, and creating my own flyer within like 15 minutes, which is the backdrop you guys saw in the very beginning of the show. I did that shit on my own. Where is it? Look at it. I did that. I'm so proud of myself too. I did that on my own. Okay? Put the picture in there and everything because I asked her to put the picture in and she's like sending me all kinds of bogus information of what she can't do, but I ended up doing this on my own. Voila. Hello. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. I wasn't going to be long on this topic because it's been a very busy week and I have a lot going on. But I just wanted to bring this up because, look, man, you have students using this to write their papers. I think that's the next slide. You have students using this to write their papers. You have, they're dependent. They're becoming dependent on something else to do the work for them so they don't have to think.
EBT.
So, EBT, government assistance. So then what happens? You become reliant on government assistance. And it seems like you can never get off of government assistance. And it becomes this vicious cycle of you being on government assistance. And it's the same premise that applies to this AI and Chat GPT. You become dependent on it. You can't think for yourself. That will affect you in all areas of your life. Communicating with others, socializing with others, getting jobs, buying a car, buying a house, living your life. Right, Michael?
Right.
Am I tripping? This shit has me hot. I'm not even lying. I was mad. I was mad. Do you want to say something, Michael?
No.
Oh, okay. So, okay. You don't have nothing to say?
I don't have my mind.
Oh, Okay. Oh, he ain't paying attention anyway. He on the damn phone. He's on the phone anyways. He ain't paying attention.
Oh my God, I can multitask.
Anyways, look. So they become reliant on it. So there was an experiment that a newscaster did. He went back to his high school teacher and he asked this high school teacher, look, we're going to give you, we want to know whether you can determine if these papers are written by Chat GPT or a student. So there's 12 students and you're going to have to determine which was Chat GPT, which was, and when I say Chat GPT, which was using artificial intelligence and which was something that was truly written by the student. How about this teacher was wrong each and every time. What he thought was written by Chat GPT was written by the student. And what he thought was written by the student was written by Chat GPT. So he was literally flustered, like, how the hell am I ever going to be able to tell which is what? And Michael, being that you're such a techie, what do you think that they would develop? Oh, you don't have your mic, but what do you think they would develop? Just say it anyways.
A GBT pirate, a GBT
what?
Law enforcement. Hey, you GBT law enforcement agency, we detect real papers, real work versus the artificial intelligence. We have our patented software that actually looks line by line and take a look at the page recognition, and we can determine if the intelligence is actually human or non-human. Check out our police GPT.
Okay, we're going to shut him down. What in the world? What in the world? I didn't mean it that way. I meant, what in the hell are you talking about? Chat GPT police? What the hell? No, I'm wondering, is there a way to be able to detect if a student wrote a paper using Chat GPT, if they improvised a little of the document, and so therefore some of the document is, or most of the document is Chat GPT, but then other portions of it is the student. So it's intermixed, like it's confusing as hell, right? And it's just like us with calculators. That same premise. Once we were able to start using calculators, all of a sudden, why do I need to know what 3 times 3 is? Why do I need to know what 100 times 3 is? Why do I need to know any of that? Because I can just type it in my calculator. And once I realized that, my daughter is excellent at math, and I have to go to her, honey, what do you think about this? What's the percentage of that? Like she's a CPA. Mm-hmm. I did that. Anyways, but I did. I raised that girl, okay? She's everything. I'm so proud of her. Shout out to my Queasy. Yeah, my Queasy and Olu. They just got married last October. Okay. Anyways. I love you, honey. So anyways, the point is the calculator. Once I knew I could use a calculator, I didn't have to think about numbers. I didn't have to know what this was or that was. And even on an exam, then it became like, oh shit, that's when it was really real. Like, how am I going to pass this exam? I've been using a calculator all this damn time.
3 times 27.
Are you asking me?
Yeah. A1.
Okay, there it is. I don't know. I've been dumbified.
Give me one.
Okay, what's 124 times 30?
3,074.
Okay, but you see, this is you. You do that. You're a mathematician, damn near.
I might be wrong.
Oh, you think so? So now we got to pull out the calculator to justify it? What did I tell you? 300 and what? What did I say?
274 times 30.
274 times 30.
That's 8,100, and then 30 times 4, 8,220.
That's what it is. Yeah, and he didn't use a calculator, y'all. Okay? But I would have never been able to do that. Never. No. It would have taken me hours, probably. Holy shit. This is how bad it is. Do I want to be like that? No. And this is exactly what's happening. Okay, so how about I was speaking to another guy today, and he works in pharmaceuticals. And he was telling me that they are now finding that using this AI for artificial intelligence in the pharmaceutical industry to determine the mixtures of certain medications and what will prove better for curing human diseases and stuff like that, it's better to use them than scientists, basically.
I got the answer to that.
What?
Zero
what?
That's how much we should use of prescriptions for our
I agree.
For the betterment of our life, 0.
Right. Well, I mean, I have to take, I take allergy medication and stuff like that, So I'm not going to act like that, but I do get where you're coming from. I do get it. I do have to take my medication. So, I'm one of those people like, hey, they make it, so hey, I'm going to take it. At the same time, there are other things that I know I can use to get the results that I am asking for. And that would be better for me. So I asked him, I said, well, does that mean it's going to replace humans? He goes, no, we'll probably still keep the same staff on, but we won't be hiring new people. So that's where this is going to get really, really tough for us. If you already have a job and you're already in position, you may be able to stay there, right? You're going to stay in position. But when it comes to other people that are now trying to come on, all these people going to school and spend all this money and to get their graduate degree and PhDs, that's where it's going to be like, oh, I can't find a job. I just spent all this money educating myself. Now I can't get a job because now artificial intelligence has taken your job. That's what's happening. I thought maybe it was more so, it's like people who are already in place at the post office, which is true. People who are already in place to do certain things are being removed so that they can have call centers that are controlled by these bots and chat bots and AI. But really, they're just not going to be bringing on more people. So that's also what's going to be. That's the other side of it. People who have been at their job for a while may be able to keep it. Some may not. But then the other end of it is the ones who are spending all this money on education are not going to be able to get a job. Come full circle with me. So it's pretty deep. And it's scary as hell. So do we want to use what God gave us and control what's happening? Because even the guy I spoke to today that works in pharmaceuticals, he's like, it's scary. It's moving at such a fast rate that no one has any way to control and let's say it gets out of control, like how she spoke to me. Now you see, there I go. How this Chat GPT, how it spoke to me. Who do I call to say, I don't like the way she spoke to me? Here I go. You see, my pronouns, I'm all messed up. I'm doing it too. I don't like how this thing spoke to me. Who do I call to complain on this thing that is talking to me crazy, talking about, you know what, I let's move on. I don't want to help you with that, So it ain't cool. We need to take control of this before it gets way worse. It's already to a level where I don't even think it can be controlled. What do you think, Michael? No? Yeah, it's too late. It's really too late. We're already knee deep in this shit.
The Matrix is here.
Oh, it's here. No doubt. And I keep trying to watch The Matrix and I fall asleep on it. I don't know. But I'm going to go back and revisit. Now that I'm doing these cyber crime shows and have, I'm putting out products and stuff like that, I am going to go back and watch it because maybe now I'll have a different perspective on it. Before I was just like, I don't know. I didn't understand everybody's fascination with this damn movie. And every time I tried to watch it.
Number 1 on the MC Norma Mikhail's list of all-time movie is The Matrix. The reason why, it talks about the future. You didn't even know it was future. Thought it was entertainment, but it was really reality, and it switched it over and made it fantasy. But that's the true reality of the carbon copy manipulation of the psychosis. I'm done.
Okay, thank you. I cannot. So basically, that's it, you guys. I wanted to make this show very brief. I wanted to say, don't let this Chat GPT and AI take over what God has given you. We are higher and superior beings for a reason. We were given the intellect to speak, to talk. You have animals that cannot talk. We talk. Okay? They think too, but we actually speak. So, and they speak in their own ways. But well, damn. Now I think about it. And the more I say it, I'm like, wait a minute. Point being is we are higher. We have been created at a higher level than animals, than plants, and we should not let that be taken away from us. And don't let this Chat GPT make you think you're stupid, because it can put out more information than you at a quicker speed. You can do the same. You literally can put out the same information. You just got to put the time in to research and read and figure it out for yourself. That's the whole fun of it all, really. I hated writing research papers, but then I found it fun because I was able to take information from what this article I read from this researcher and something from this researcher, and then I had to put it together, and then I had to literally pull all of that information and come up with my own summary of what they were really trying to say. And then how can I, in turn, take what they said and improve on it? And it was fun for me. I loved writing my papers at some point. So at first I hated it, but then when I would get started and get into it, I was like, I'm loving this because it's causing me to think. It's causing me to expand my mind, go outside of areas that I would not have even thought of going. Like, oh, I didn't think I would ever think of doing that. But because I'm reading what he said and I read what she said, well, maybe it can be done this way. You know what I mean? And that's what teachers want to see, that creativity that's coming from within you. So that's all I have to say on this. Thank you so much for joining us on CyberSecureyou. Like I said, I'm your girl, Val Forensic Gal, right here on OneStream.tv. Do not let Chat GPT take away your intelligence. Don't let it stop you from being who God made you to be. So, all right, join us next week on Friday. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about. It usually comes to me at the last minute. Don't forget, though, that I will be on, what's the show again? Oh, Lord, here we go.
Cornerstone?
There it is, Corner Store Podcast next Tuesday. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. All right. Thanks, Nev. Thanks, Michael. See y'all next week. Peace. Out. That's Wolf. That's